you know what you should do?
You should do. Because nobody is asking, we decided that instead of giving you all a little
Whoa. A lot of our fans on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, they've been reaching out to us saying, hey guys, how do you know so much? Where did you get all this knowledge, this information? And what is your background? And I said, Susie, let's not bother going on about that. Let's just get on with life.
So we decided to get all suited and booted today, looking a bit corporate here, and just tell you a little bit about who we were and who we now are.
It's our corporate show.
It's our corporate show.
So,
the lawyer and the banker.
I'm the banker.
I'm the lawyer. So, will I just talk about myself until you interrupt me? Okay, so
I've been getting in trouble from our director for not looking at the camera enough. Apparently I've been staring at you like you're a piece of meat.
Okay, well, yeah, can you just not? It kind of makes me a bit
So
uncomfortable.
I'll stop doing that.
I know, yeah.
I'm a vegetarian.
Are you?
No.
Okay, well, I'm vegan. So I just had to get that in there.
I know.
But like, people need to know that. People don't hear that enough. Vegans don't talk about it enough.
So tell us about your background. Who are you? Tell us a bit.
Who am I? So
Apart from
I
your
went
veganism.
to a very posh Catholic girls' school called, Can you not tell from a really posh accent? It's called Mount Anvil, and it makes really posh Catholic ladies. So that's where I went. Caused a lot of trouble when I was there. They used to always want to try and kick me out for my rebellious streak.
Jerking off guys in the back of the bicycle sheds.
No, we did that in Wesley, not in
Oh,
school.
sorry, Wesley.
There were no boys there.
That was a school disco for our international friends. No, it doesn't have to be boys. Don't be so homophobic. Jeez.
Well, they were hardly men. So yeah, I mean, I used to get in trouble in there all the time because I thought the whole fucking shoving Catholicism down our throats was a load of bullshit. But anyway, I digress. So I finished in Mount Anvil. I went there from the ages of 2 to 17, and this is how I turned out. So I strongly
2.
advise
You were in school at 2.
you do send your kids
No,
there.
you weren't.
I was. I started there when I was 2. I
2?
started, yeah,
2 years
Montessori.
old?
Yeah.
Oh, how many languages can you speak?
I can speak French and Irish and English. They probably teach like Japanese,
Ceart
Chinese
Lár.
there. Yeah. I'm on Cadogan Dulgady and Rahers.
With me?
No. Don't make a anyway, people don't want to hear us speak Irish, right?
Go on. So you went to a posh school
Yeah.
for 15 years, and that's how you know so much about COVID and life and truth and reality. Is that true, Suzanne?
But isn't that where all like the people who are in our government now? They all went to like that, like those posh schools.
Well, they didn't go to Mount Anvil because they're
they
women
did.
in Mount Anvil.
There's people working in the
Very
government
few
parliament
women
right
at
now
a
who
high
went to
level.
Mount Anvil,
Well,
and you know they fucking think they know everything. Well, look, this is the other side of what can happen in those schools.
You could end up like her.
You can end up. I hope more people
On
do
my
end up like me
couch.
and question all this shit.
15 minutes away from getting impregnated.
Okay, just stop.
What?
You're making me waffling. Anyway, so I finished in Mount Anvil and I went to University College Dublin, that's UCD, where I studied business and legal studies. So I have a dual degree in commerce and law. So I'm really smart.
Yeah. Did you repeat your leaving?
No, I didn't repeat my leaving.
I did, and I'm proud of it.
You were
was
thick.
a messer. I wasn't thick. I was extremely intelligent. But when I was 9 years old, a teacher punched me in the stomach.
Okay.
Punched me in the stomach, and I cried in front of my class. And I didn't like that. Boys don't like crying in front of their class. And my mum, fair play to her, took me out of the school, brought me to a new school.
What school was it?
Turnier College. Also a posh. They say it's a posh school.
It is a posh school. It's
It
a
was
fee-paying school. I'm sure members of the government, the Irish government went to
It was
Turnier.
expensive, but there was a few teachers who had a fondness for touching young boys. Now, luckily, I wasn't one of those in that particular school. However, in the previous school, I got felt up by a paedophile. That's not what this episode's about. But,
did you like it?
Well, he was measuring me for a hurling stick. I knew there was something wrong because you don't measure them from the front on. It's like getting your hair cut in a barber's. You don't sit like facing it with your knees strapped around his thighs. You know.
What kind of posh schools in the 90s that like played hurley?
We played, it wasn't a posh school. My first one wasn't posh. The second one was posh. My mom realised the non-posh one isn't a great idea. He gets punched and felt up.
Yeah.
This is definitely not what we planned with the show.
Okay. Okay, anyway.
Anyway, I went to Turnier. I was kicked out. I was kicked out actually by the swimming pool teacher. I didn't like swimming.
Was he a
I used to come in.
paedophile
I usually wasn't actually, but
That's good as a reputation for paedophiles.
this I know there's a few of them. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think he was. He wasn't caught. Anyway, kicked me out. I never went swimming. I didn't like swimming, and he kept on telling me, you know what you should do? You should go swimming. And I'd forget my pants, and I'd fake a note from my mother, and I go, oh, I can't do it. I'm sick. And then he said, don't worry, I have a pair for you. And I said, my mother doesn't want me to wear someone else's swimming togs, sir. And he got really angry. And years later, when he became a real teacher, business school teacher, he caught me on the hop and he made me stand up in front of the class. Where were you? Of course I lied. And he goes, no, you weren't. You were here. I saw you. And I was like, yeah, well, if you already knew, why'd you ask me? And he goes, yeah, yes. And I went, yes. And he goes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir. Get out of the class, Killian. And long story short, I wouldn't respond to that. I didn't respond to someone telling me what to do because I don't think we should do that to humanity. Long story short, I was kicked out. I went to a lovely Catholic school called Rockbrook. They treated us with dignity and self-respect. I liked the school. I liked the people in it mostly. And then I messed a lot, repeated my leaving, and then got a business studies degree in DCU, Dublin City University, which is the north side of Dublin, filled with muck savages and howies. I don't know how they got into college, probably a charity thing or something. And there's me and Leo, a fellow Southsider who had brains, and we... Well, he did. He had brains. He got first.
We've lost all those viewers now.
It was terrible university. Terrible. It was no fun. Captain no crack. I should have gone to UCD and done arts and got laid like a normal person. But instead I went to this concrete university. Very good degree. And I failed. But when I failed, I realised they made a mistake in one of the exams. And when they made a mistake in the exam, I stood in front of the year and said, if you vote for me, I'll make sure that nobody fails this exam. I got more votes than any other class representative in the history of our university. And I went to the dean and said, as class representative, I'm looking after my fellow students. Are you aware of the high suicide rate of males my age? They took me seriously. And I said, I'm going to make a lot of people know about this error. I know the reason I failed the degree was because of this error. And the other exams I failed was because I was so preoccupied by the first exam that you guys are responsible for me failing. I want an honours degree and I want everybody in my year to pass this exam. And they did it. They gave it to me.
People power.
I know, but it's people power. But also, it's a business studies degree. What am I learning how to copy, paste and enter? It goes on the debit side, it goes on the credit side. Who cares? How are you going to get a job in a bank? By talking shit. I talk shit, end up in an investment bank. How do you like them apples?
What was the name of the investment bank?
Bear Stearns.
Ooh.
5th largest investment bank in the world when I got there. And now it's gone. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault.
You sure?
Go on, more about you. Tell us about you.
Okay, more about me.
Tell us about you.
So I finished in UCD, got my honours degree, decided I fucking hated Dublin, couldn't deal with the south side shite anymore. Went travelling for a bit and decided I'd fuck off to London, where I went and did my legal practice certificate, blah blah. I realised while I was doing it that I made a massive mistake. I really fucking hated law, didn't want to get into corporate law, but was kind of stuck.
How did you know you'd made a mistake?
Because I hated what I did, and I don't know, they were all really fucking posh and weird. And
but is it the people? Maybe you just didn't connect because your
I kind of felt that like in UCD, you're surrounded by the people that are, maybe most of them were like, I kind of hung around with people I've been in school with, you know, it was all the same people. And then I got to the UK and it was like all these uber posh people who went to fucking Eton and stuff like that. And I'd sit there and they kind of played me off as this thick Irish person, and half of them couldn't fucking do a math sum in their head. And I'd arrive in like, you know, the Irish cliche, like hungover and everything, and I'd pass things and they'd be like, how'd you do that? And I was like, oh, you're still so sick.
It's not who you know, it's who you blow.
I wasn't blowing anyone.
That's not how she responded.
I didn't. I passed it, but I did very little work. I was going through a really shit time in my life at that time.
Why?
Because I'd had someone really close to me had killed himself, and I just couldn't really.
Was it because of you?
No, it wasn't because of me.
You sure?
No, it wasn't. But I blame myself for it. I blame myself for it. Anyway, it was really shit and really awful.
Someone's got to take the hit.
It was really shit. It was really awful. I'm not laughing about it. No, I don't want to talk about it.
They want to hear about it.
I'm bypassing the pain here. Can't you see it? So anyway.
Under the surface. My friend killed himself. I loved him, and I blame myself too.
Yeah. So anyway.
Maybe it's the same friend.
I don't think it's the same friend. We're not going to name the person. But anyway, yeah, suicide is shit. But
So it's very related to COVID, actually.
Yeah.
Huge suicides. I heard there's 27 people killed themselves the other day.
Yeah, I heard.
Don't know if that's true, but just throwing that out there.
But in Ireland, in Dublin, yeah. So anyway, I went on. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I felt very trapped. I went on and started working for law firms. And
I'd say that was fun.
No, it wasn't. I ended up working on really high profile cases, working 70 hours a week, going out the weekends, getting hammered. I kind of thought that I was happy, which was a really weird thing. I was like, but I have a nice life. I fucking hate my job, but I have nice friends. I come from a nice family. I have a nice home. And things all kind of came to a head when I got alopecia. So as much as I complain about
what's alopecia? That sounds like ayahuasca or something.
No, alopecia is where your hair starts falling out. So I started getting like bald patches in my head, and it just started falling out in like clumps. I went to the doctor. I had a private doctor through work.
Private school, private doctor.
Well, it was through work to keep you in work. They were
what did you do a week? That must have been very worrying. Hang on, tell us more. You started losing your hair at age 25-ish?
Yeah, I think it was 25 or 24.
25 going bald as a woman. I'd say that didn't help you get laid now at the weekends.
Well, you can relate there, Aidan. Rub his head for luck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, it was awful. It was fucking horrendous. And like one day I went to the private doctor and was like crying and was like, and she's like, have you tried Googling your condition? You just need to learn to deal with this for the rest of your life.
She sounds like a doctor you need to get rid of.
Yeah, so at the time I was doing evening drama classes and I really enjoyed it, and I realised, I knew I always wanted to be an actor, but now I really realised I had to get the fuck out of here. I ended up going to my NHS doctor and he's like, if you want to be an actor, go to drama school, go be one. You don't have a mortgage, you don't have kids. But so many people kept trying to tell me
was your doctor like Robin, what's his face, like the motivational speaker?
I don't know who that is.
You do, like the Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really listen to his.
You know what you need to do?
I'm my own motivator.
You need to follow your heart. Look inside you and see what you love.
Myself be true. I said that before.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I know. I like repeating myself. But anyway, yes, this doctor. So anyway, I ended up going to drama school. You know, everyone was like, "What's Plan B?" I was like, "This is Plan B." Like, so many people didn't want me to be happy. Everyone was like, "Oh, I hate my job too." But I was like, "That's not how you live. You shouldn't be going 5 days a week doing something that you fucking hate. Like, life is to be enjoyed, not endured." So anyway, I went to drama school and became an actor. Well, I mean, the reality of acting is it's a fucking long, hard struggle. So, but I was happy. Like, I was literally skipping into drama school every day, and it's a career that has made me really happy.
Is it though? Are you really happy?
Yeah, I've waffled a bit, so I'd like to hear all about your investment wanking.
Investment wanking. I went to Bear Stearns in Dublin, and I really didn't like the people there. It was very hard to connect with them. I think they didn't allow space for that. They created these little areas of this is us talking about golf or football and stuff, and there was a fella, it was the first time in my life I got bullied. There was a guy, Rory was his name, it probably still is if he's not dead. Maybe someone has killed him.
It wasn't you.
But Rory, if you're there, Rory, you aren't very nice. I was on the Irish karate team. I represented Ireland in karate when I was 19.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. I've helped people who were attacked. I've probably saved lives. I've been attacked with weapons and I've protected myself. So I wouldn't have had the fear of any one man. But this guy Rory used to make my life miserable. I was only started the job. Yeah, fuck you, Rory. If I could remember your second, you were so unmemorable. Is that a word? Anyway, Rory, what's his face? Captain No Fun. He used to do this thing. He was told to teach me how to use the system. After like 2 months, he was making life really difficult. Every time I asked him something, he'd go, "When in doubt, check it out." And then talk about golf with his mates. And I was so tempted, like, does the job really matter? Just pull my hand back just once and just knock him out. And then go, "When in doubt, knock him out." Of course I didn't. I just took it on the chin and I just spit it. And you have to do that at work. There's someone who's not nice and you're going to take it. I took it on the chin, I passed them out, and within 2 years I was in Tokyo, sent to Tokyo to set up an office. I was like way higher. I was paid double his salary. They paid 50 grand. And I was always nice to every single person who came into the office. Every single one, I'd walk up, introduce myself, say, "If you've got any questions, I'll happily help you if I know the answer." And that was the greatest gift, not to them, but to me. So really, I'm grateful to you, Rory, you prick, because you taught me that what you did is so wrong that I didn't want to do that, so I wanted to be nice. And by being nice, all of these people then became allies. And later on, when I was in Tokyo, I'd like people everywhere, Hong Kong, London, all doing my work. I had no idea what was going on. They were just paying me loads of money because I had the Irish charm going, hey, in London, how are you getting on? Great, will you do that for me? Great. Yeah, I got that done. They all thought I was like a managing director because I got overpaid. And I loved it. I loved it for a while, but then I realised it's not what I want to do. I looked around the office and there's all these males, like strong alpha males, but not all like alpha tough. Often they were like nerdy alpha, but like males talking to males and chasing women and cheating on their partners or wives. And I looked around and I realised there's no one here that I want to be like when I'm older.
Did you cheat on, like, have sex on their wives?
No, but not from lack of trying.
Because you're such a perv, I was just wondering.
I didn't. No, I'm not. Did I? I didn't even meet a lot of their wives. I met some of them. I remember one of my bosses, and I knew him and his wife, and we went to one of these Japanese bars where the women pour drinks and stuff. And I was sitting there all innocent. I was genuinely, relatively innocent as an Irish Catholic male in Tokyo. And I'm sitting there, we're having a few drinks. And I look over, and there is his large erect penis looking up at me.
What?
My boss's penis is there in
Was
the bar.
it a nice
bar.
penis?
It was fat. I remember how fat it was. It was throbbing and like just, it was intimidating.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like I wouldn't have. I don't know how I would have got, like, if I had
What,
to.
were you thinking of giving him a blow?
Oh, well, that's the first thing. When you see an erect penis, don't tell me that's not the first thing you think of. Like, if I did the demon
not
right
as a
now.
woman. Not as a woman. You
Yeah,
think of it like
okay.
going inside you, not about giving it a blowjob.
Okay, I didn't really think about that. Cut. Anyway, my point was, he was there getting a hand job from some random person in a bar, and I never witnessed that. I'd never experienced that, and this was common. It's also a different culture in that, but it wasn't for me. I had a fight. It was a boss's boss. I got a job as a trader in Hong Kong, an FX trader. I was really into it. I loved it. I had this $3,000 computer in my pocket. Nowadays we have mobile phones. It was like a Sony. It was like the first computer that could fit in your pocket. And I used to trade in the toilet. Me and my mate Andy, we used to pay each other. Not pay each other. See how much you get paid for being in the toilet.
So you got paid to poo.
Well, exactly, right? Because we got paid to poo, right? Because we worked it out. Because you could stay there for 40 minutes and you'd calculate it. I got $100 today for being in the toilet. Like $140 was the record.
Toxic male masculinity as they do a toxic little poo there.
This is where your taxpayer money goes to bail out the banks. Me and Andy going 45 minutes, 46 minutes.
So what made you want to leave?
I left because a boss's boss said, hey, you can't go, even though my internal contract was up and I got this new job. And I went, wait, I've got a contract. I don't respond well to you telling me what to do. And it was like a threat. If you don't do it, then, well, you have to do it. And I went, no, I don't. And I just quit. And then I went traveling, did Vipassana meditation, travel around the world, and decided that's it. I'm going to continue my hobby, which became my life as a stand-up comedian, bringing laughter and joy where there's darkness and misery.
But then this year you're not allowed to bring that much laughter and joy in live.
I am. I'm doing an illegal comedy tour in March.
Oh, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
All around Ireland. Yeah, we'll do it. Great.
I like it. I'll drive.
Oh, perfect. I've always wanted a chauffeur.
Okay.
Excuse my parler français.
Ooh, would you be happy to let a woman drive you?
Absolutely, if she's good at driving.
Well, you've only been in the car with me for like 2 minutes when I was parking the other day, so am I a good driver?
You didn't crash. You parked in a tight space. I was impressed.
Okay, great.
I was impressed and aroused, but mainly impressed. Aroused.
Of my driving skills.
Yeah, oh wow! Look at the way she moves the automatic
Look at how she
stick.
steers that
Oh
wheel.
God.
Plays with that stick.
Reminds me of Japan. Oh my
Roll
God.
those windows, Roisin. So anyway, COVID and our careers. So COVID has basically fucked up my career. I mean, what about you? I mean, I was in a play. I've said this before about being in a play that went like I had one job.
One job.
With one job.
You've got one job, woman.
I had more than one job, but I had one job in 2020 after
20
COVID
years.
shit hit.
In 20 years,
that
one
involved
job.
leaving my house, and that's shit for someone who's so used to like meeting people all the time.
You're not allowed to leave your house in England.
Well, no, it just meant that everything had to be done at home. But like
Zoom.
home, I sound so English when I say that. But anyway, I found with this year with my career that suddenly so many people, they kind of have accepted that I'd left law to become an actor, and they kind of half dealt with it. But then this year I'm getting people being like, Do you know what you should do? In a year that you've just been kicked in the fucking fanny about your career and you're not feeling, you know, you're doing your best and all these fuckers are working from home, it's fine for them. Most of them are bloody enjoying it, sitting at home, you know, getting paid.
To sit
spending more time with the family. And one of my friends turned around one night and went, do you know what you should do? You should become an underwriter.
What's an underwriter?
A claims assessor in an insurance firm. So like,
what a random thing.
10 fucking years of working hard at my acting career for someone to turn around and say that. I'm like, I love what I do. But you know, but they're like, yeah, but I mean, look at me, I'm earning all this money and like I can get a mortgage and buy a house. Like, what are you doing? Like why do people think that just because you love what you do, and yeah, it doesn't necessarily bring the same amount of money in as what they're earning, but money doesn't buy happiness.
Money doesn't buy happiness.
Yeah.
If you want to get a mortgage, debt grip, if you want to be bonded to a home, a house, but you can have a home anywhere. This is a home.
Any house can be a home.
Home is where.
Isn't that like a Board and Mona campaign a few years ago? Make your house your home.
I wouldn't know because I was busy talking about a profound thing that's dead. No, you killed it. You killed it just like COVID regulations killed so many people in this country and all around the world. Thanks. Yeah. You're just like a COVID regulation.
Kills careers and people.
It did kill the comedy career. All the comedians are out of work. There are some Zoom comedy shows, but it's really not real.
You did one though.
I have done one. Check it out. It's not online. But if you reach out to me, why don't you reach out to our website? Subscribe, like, make a comment. If you do a comment, I promise you Suzanne will respond. She will respond and she'll write you a DM, a naughty DM. And I will appreciate that.
No, that's sexual harassment.
Yeah,
follow us on Instagram.
We're not in the lawyer office now, sweetheart.
Okay,
Pumpkin pie. Will you like that?
Pumpkin pie. So, yeah, follow us on Instagram on Do You Know What You Should Do?
Do you know what you should do? You should follow us.
Do we have anything more to say?
Yeah. Be happy. Follow your hearts.
Yeah.
And never take no for an answer unless she really means no. And then
don't say that.
No, I mean like don't take no in life.
Okay.
I don't mean in that way. I mean as in like if people say you can't, if you really want to be an actress or you want to be a comic or you want to be a lawyer or a banker, like you're going to get no's, and rejection is not a problem. It's your inability to deal with rejection, the fear that drives us into becoming less than we truly are. Just put it aside and just go, yeah, I can do it, I will do it, and then do it. Because we already know we're like enlightened beings. We fell miserably in law and banking, but now
we're really happy. I'm really happy.
We're really
happy.
Despite
everything, I am really
We're
happy.
going to get more than 300 views, and when we do, that's enough for us.
Yeah.
Once we get through, we're not.
Follow your heart.
Yeah, you follow your heart and follow us.
And
follow us. Take your fucking masks off and subscribe and comments.
We want comments. We want feedback.
We want your validation.
We need love.
We don't have paychecks. We just want your love.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, let's make it. Sorry, I mean, let's end the show.
No, it's over. Bye.